The perimeter of a rectangle is 40 centimeters. The perimeter of a rectangle is 40 centimeters. The length of the rectangle, the perimeter of a rectangle is 40 centimeters. The length of the rectangle is more than double its breadth. The length of the rectangle is more than double its breadth by 2 centimeters. The length of the rectangle is more than double its breadth by 2 centimeters. Find the length and breadth. Find the length and breadth. The perimeter of a rectangle is 40 centimeters. The length of the rectangle is more than double its breadth by 2 centimeters. Find the length and breadth. Very simple, simple English. They've given you the perimeter. They've told you what is the relationship between length and breadth. You just have to find length and breadth. अब इसमें एक तो as I said English, दूसरा second thing they're going to test is some small basic knowledge. Like in case of this sum, do you know what is perimeter of a rectangle? That is what is going to matter. Perimeter of rectangle ही नहीं मालूम तो हम solve कैसे करेंगे? Okay, so that is what is going to be the important part in this. So see if you all can form the equations. I'll just give you 30 seconds. Now first of all, you have to decide what are the variables. है ना, 2 वेरिएबल चाहिए रहेंगे इसमें और 2 इक्वेशन बनने चाहिए. Common sense tells us if we have to solve this, we have to have 2 equations.
X plus y is equal to 20.
So let's see how we are going to go about it. Before saying x plus y equals to 20 or 2 times x plus y equals to 40, we have to first define what is x and y. Isn't it? Logically, what is x and y? I don't know.
X length and y breadth.
So we have to write that clearly. Okay. Now these are the simple steps that you are going to use for solving these types of sums. First, we are going to write down whatever we are. So we'll say let the length be x centimeters and let the breadth be y centimeters. Let the length be x centimeters, let the breadth be y centimeters. Let the breadth be y centimeters. Okay. After that, they have told us the perimeter of a rectangle. Now, perimeter means sum of all sides. Perimeter means sum of all sides. तो rectangle के कितने sides रहते हैं? 5, 6,
4,
3 sides.
4.
कितने sides रहते हैं rectangle को? 4. अच्छा ठीक है. If you all say 4, we'll go with 4. तो 2 length रहेंगे, 2 breadth रहेंगे. ये 3 length रहते हैं, 1 breadth रहता है.
2 length, 2 breadth.
2 length और 2 breadth, isn't it? So from the first condition, what is the first condition that is given to us? The perimeter is 40. That means 2 times x plus y equals to 40. That is x plus y equals to 20. X plus y equals to 20. This is your first equation. X plus y equals to 20 will be your first equation. Then what does the second condition say? The length of the rectangle is more. Length is, first we'll do it in rough, then we'll write the statement. Length is more. Length is greater than 2 times the breadth. Then double the breadth, isn't it? Length is greater than double the breadth. कितना greater है? ये 2 ज्यादा है. मतलब इसमें अगर 2 मिला दूं तो ये इक्वल हो जाएंगे. और इसमें से 2 माइनस कर लूँ तो ये इक्वल हो जाएंगे, whichever way. Okay, so I can say L minus 2b equals to 2. L minus 2b equals to 2. So L is x, b is y. X minus 2y equals to 2. Is that clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Length is greater, so we did that by twice, by 2. So we'll say from the second condition, from the second condition, L, that is length, minus 2 times the breadth is equal to 2. This is your second equation. Now, how difficult is this to solve? So you'll see your word problems are going to be like this. Once you get the equation, solving it is going to be easy. Getting the equation is what is going to be the challenging and interesting part. Okay, the most interesting part is forming the equation. Solving this is going to be child's play for you. So you have x plus y equals to 20, x minus 2y equals to 2. Since the signs are same over here, I'll subtract. This will become minus plus minus. So y plus 2y will be 3y, and 20 minus 2 is 18, and this is x minus x is going to be 0. Y equals to 6. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So we have got y equals to 6. We have got y equals to 6. Y equals to 6. Okay. So once y becomes equals to 6, substitute in any one. So you have in equation 1. What is equation 1? X plus y equals to 20. X plus 6 equals to 20. X equals to 20 minus 6. Therefore, x equals to 14. Therefore, the length of the rectangle is 14 centimeter and its breadth is 6 centimeters. Till you write this, it is not complete. This sentence has to be written. Okay, you have to write the sentence. Without that, you cannot complete it. Are we clear? Copy this. Any doubts, any queries, any questions, please ask. Copy this. Any doubts, any queries, questions, please ask. Once you have done with this, then we'll move to the next word problem. Copy this right up till here. Up till here, you have to copy. In more minutes. Chalo fast, we have only 15 more minutes. We have to do 2 more sums at least. Okay, we just have 15 minutes. I want to do at least 2 more word problems. Done with this, can we move to the next one? Okay, write down. This is a little interesting one. Now I'm not going to give it to you pictorially as they've given in your textbook. I'll try to frame it as a word problem right now. I have some analog wristwatches and some digital wristwatches. I have some analog wristwatches and some digital wristwatches. थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी लिखो हाँ. I have some analog wristwatches and some digital wristwatches. I have some analog wristwatches and some digital wristwatches. I am going to sell them at a discount. I am selling them at a discount. Chalo fast. I have some analog wristwatches and some digital wristwatches. I am selling them at a discount. I am selling them at a discount. On the first day, the sale details are as follows. Or rather, on the first day, don't write anything else. On the first day, I sold. On the first day, I sold 11 analog watches. On the first day, I sold 11 analog watches and 6 digital watches. On the first day, I sold 11 analog watches and 6 digital watches. I sold 11 analog watches and 6 digital watches and received an amount of rupees 4,330 and received an amount of rupees 4,330. 4,330. Okay. On the first day, I sold 11 analog watches and 6 digital watches and received an amount of rupees 4,330. 4,330. On the second day, I sold. On the second day, I sold 22 analog watches. 22 analog watches. On the second day, I sold 22 analog watches and 5 digital watches. On the second day, I sold 22 analog watches and 5 digital watches and received an amount of 7,330 rupees and received an amount of 7,330 rupees. On the second day, I sold 22 analog watches and 5 digital watches and received an amount of 7,330. Find the selling price of each type of wristwatch. Find the selling price of each type of wristwatch. Find the selling price of each type of wristwatch. Find the selling price of each type of wristwatch. Now, what are we going to take as X and what are we going to take as Y? And how are we going to frame the equation? That is what is going to be the only interesting part in this. Solving it is going to be easy. More often than not, you have to, the way to go about this is read the problem once, read it again twice, then try and understand what it says. Okay, many a times the hint is there in the question itself. For example, sir, इसमें X digital watches को लेना है कि Y digital watches को लेना है, X analog को लेना है, क्या लेना है? That is answered in the question. What does it say? Find the selling price of each type of wristwatch. So selling price को X लेना है, selling price को Y लेना है. That gives you the answer. The hint lies there. Okay. So we will say, let the selling price of analog watch, let the selling price of one analog watch be rupees X. Let the selling price of one analog watch be rupees X. Let the selling price of one analog watch be rupees X, and the selling price of one digital watch be rupees Y. Okay, that is what is your variables. Let the selling price of one analog watch be, not all, one analog watch be rupees X, and one digital watch be rupees Y. Now what happens on the first day? What does he sell? Or what do I sell? I sell 11 analog watches. So that means 11 into X, and 6 digital watches. So 6 into Y, that much money I'll get. So 11X plus 6Y is equal to 4330. Okay. So I'll say according. Are we clear how we are getting this? Anybody has not understood, please ask. If you have not understood, please ask. So what does it say? On the first day, he sells 11 analog watches. एक की कीमत X, so 11 की कीमत 11X. एक घड़ी की कीमत X रुपीस, 11 घड़ी की कीमत 11X. Similarly, digital एक घड़ी की कीमत है Y. He sells 6 digital watches, so that's going to be 6Y equals to 4330. Your first equation. And then second equation is even simpler. On the second day, what does he do? He sells 22 analog. So 22X plus 5Y equals to 7330. इसके बाद your basic, this thing has been given. Now you just have to solve. Now this is 22. I can make this 22 by multiplying it by 2. So I'll say multiply equation 1 by 2. So I'll get 22X plus 12Y equals to 8660. And this I'll write as it is, 22X plus 5Y equals to 7330. Both 22X have positive signs, so subtract. So this is going to become minus, minus, minus. 22 minus 22, 0. 12 minus 5, 7Y. 0, 3, 3, 1. For 7Y equals to 1330. Solve further. Y equals to 1330 upon 7. How much is that? 1330 upon 7 is how much? 7 ones are 7.
Sir, 190.
6 remains remainder. 7 nines are. Y equals to 190. Y equals to, substitute. Where any equation, I'll take 1. So what do I have? 11X plus 6 into 190 equals to 4330. 11X plus 6 zeros are 0, 6 nines are 54, 6 ones are 6 and 5, 11. 11X equals to 4330 minus 1140. Okay, 4330 minus 1140. So if you subtract from 4330 1140, how much do we get? 11x equals to, how much is 4330 minus 1140?
So 3190.
3190. 3190. So x equals to 3190 divided by 11. 11 ones are 11 twos are 22, remainder 9. 11 nines are 99, remainder 0, 290. Therefore, x equals to 290. So you've got y, you've got x. So after this, after getting this, you have to still write. Therefore, the selling price of analog watches is rupees 290 and that of digital watches is rupees 190. Therefore, the selling price of analog watches is rupees 290 and digital watches is rupees 190. Done? We're going to try one more sum. Hopefully, we should have that much time. If we get disconnected, no problem. We will do it day after. This is going to be an interesting one. First, you all finish this. If you all have finished this, then tell me. The next one is going to be a little more interesting. Finished? Hadi is done. Anyone else who's writing, please let me know. If you all are not writing, then I'll dictate. Good, Aisha, Sania, Arman. So 4 of you have at least done. Sufyan has also done. Good. Okay. So I believe all of you have done. If you have any doubts, agar रुके हैं तो please let me know. Otherwise, I'm proceeding further. I don't think we'll be able to solve this full sum. जितना होता है उतना. Otherwise, we will see. Don't worry. But at least start writing the question. We'll see what is to be done after that. Start writing the question. A boat travels. A boat travels. A boat travels 16 kilometers upstream. A boat travels 16 kilometers upstream. A boat travels 16 kilometers upstream and 24 kilometers downstream in 6 hours. A boat travels 16 kilometers upstream and 24 kilometers downstream in 6 hours. A boat travels 16 kilometers upstream and 24 kilometers downstream in 6 hours. Okay. The same boat the same boat travels, the same boat travels, the same boat travels 36 kilometers upstream, the same boat travels 36 kilometers upstream and 48 kilometers downstream. The same boat travels 36 kilometers upstream and 48 kilometers downstream in 13 hours. The same boat travels 36 kilometers upstream and 48 kilometers downstream in 13 hours.
18.
Find the speed of water current. Find the speed of water current and the speed of boat in still water. Find the speed of water current and the speed of boat in still water. Find the speed of water current and the speed of boat in still water. Okay. Read this question, see what you understand. Okay, then we will proceed. I'll just show you how we are going to do that. I don't think we'll be able to, but that's okay. Excuse me. So there is a stream that is there, or a river, which is flowing like this, isn't it? Water is flowing over here. So what happens is there is a boat in this. Now when the boat moves downstream, the water is going to move this way. The boat is also going to move with it. So obviously when it is moving downstream, the speed of the boat is going to be more. When it is moving downstream, the speed is going to be more than when it is moving upstream, isn't it? When it is moving upstream, the boat is moving upstream as well as downstream. When it is moving downstream, it's going to be faster. When it's moving upstream, it's going to be slower. This is common sense. There's no rocket science involved in this, right? It's just basic common sense. When you're going downstream, it's going to be faster. Why? Because the speed of the water is going to get added to the speed of the boat. So when you're going downstream, it will be speed of water plus speed of boat. When you're going downstream, it will be speed of water plus the speed of boat. Now when you're going upstream, it is going to be your speed with which the boat is moving. It will be the speed of the boat, but from this what will be minus or subtracted is speed of water current. Speed of water current. Speed of water current will be subtracted when we are moving upstream. Till here clear? When we are going downstream, the speed of water current will get added to the speed of the boat. When you are going upstream, the speed of water current will get subtracted. Now supposing it was in a lake or something like this, if it was, then there would be just speed of the boat that is involved. So that is what it says, speed of boat in still water. Speed of boat in still water. That means the water is stationary. Still means stationary. It is not moving. Because the water is not moving, it is called still water. So we have to find speed of water. Speed of water current and speed of still water. So here the variables that we are going to take are speed of boat in still water as x kilometers per hour and speed of water current as y kilometers per hour. That is what we are going to take. But how are we going to get the equations? How are we going to get the equations? Whenever we come across such type of sums, we have one more formula. We have one formula which you all have learnt in your science physics class, which says speed equals to distance upon time. Speed equals to distance upon time. Isn't it? Speed equals to distance upon time. The same thing I can rewrite as time equals to distance upon speed. Now you'll say, sir, ये क्यों? ऐसे भी तो चल सकता है. Because I'll explain that. I'll write as time equals to distance upon speed. I'll do this because I am given it takes 6 hours and 13 hours. और 6 hours में दोनों हो रहा है, नीचे भी आ रहा है, ऊपर भी जा रहा है. 13 hours में नीचे आ रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है ना? So that speed is changing. So speed is not constant, but time is constant. So I know it takes 6 hours to move some distance upstream plus some distance downstream. तो वो जो 16 kilometers upstream plus 24 kilometers downstream is going to be traveled in 6 hours. Similarly, 36 kilometers upstream and 48 kilometers downstream is going to be traveled in 13 hours. Are we clear till here? Okay. I'm not going to solve this sum now. I'm just explaining you the concept. You can try it at home if you want. Okay. I will show it to you day after when we meet. Not to worry, that time inshallah we will do it. But right now, are we clear with the concept? Speed equals to distance upon time. Time equals to distance upon speed. Now I need to find out how much time does it take to travel 16 kilometers upstream. How much time does it take to travel 16 kilometers upstream? So time is distance upon speed. How much distance is it traveling? 16 kilometers upstream. So time equals to 16 upon speed. Now, while traveling upstream, what is the speed? Speed of the boat minus speed of water current. We have taken speed of boat as x, water current as y. So 16 upon x minus y. 16 upon x minus y, that is the time taken to travel upstream. Time taken to travel downstream, 24 kilometers upon x plus y. So 16 upon x minus y plus 24 upon x plus y is equal to 6. That is 6 hours that it takes. Okay. So 16 upon x minus y plus 24 upon x plus y equals to 6. That will be your first equation. Then similarly, we are going to solve the second this thing. There, instead of 16 kilometers, it is 36 kilometers. So 36 upon x minus y plus 48 upon x plus y equals to 13. Like that, we get two equations. Then we'll say 1 upon x minus y equals to a and 1 upon x plus y equals to b. We will solve for x, a and b. We will get the values of a and b. Then we will resubstitute and we will find x and y. So that's not going to happen in this short span. That's why we will do it on Friday. Okay. But understand the concept. I'm not going to do this diagram and all those things next time. Okay. Is this clear? So we're not going to do the diagram and all those things again. We're going to start with the sum next time. No homework today. In fact, there is some homework. What you can do is you can start with the problem set. Okay. At least solve graphically and determinants के वो जो first 4 sums है. Okay. Kramer's rule तक के. Or rather 6 तक. Word problems we will leave for later this thing. Okay. So problem set, first 7 sums. First 6 sums, main 6 sums. first main 6 sums of problem set you all are going to solve for homework. Word problems we will continue. Okay? Chalo, take care.
Okay.
Stay home. Stay safe. Okay? Take care. Yeah. Bye.